have a seat and we will get started. What a great turnout. And we'll hear from Dr. Schwartz in a minute. But Dr. Schwartz, thank you for opening the Perkins Technology Center here at Ivy Tech for this event this morning. Welcome to the Southern Indiana Metro Manufacturers Alliance National Manufacturing Day kickoff. National Manufacturing Day was started by the National Association of Manufacturers in 2011. And the whole purpose of National Manufacturers Day was to spread a positive light on manufacturing. We know that manufacturing means so much to the Southern Indiana community, with about 19.5% of our payroll as a group of communities coming from jobs in manufacturing. So nearly 20% of the payroll that pays the mortgage, buys a car, gets your haircut, buys your groceries, 20% of that is coming from manufacturing. And that's a really important statistic for our area. So when we found out that the National Association of Manufacturers not only was hosting National Manufacturing Day to increase the awareness of careers in manufacturing, it also made sense for us because of the dependence that we have on that industry sector. 2014, last year we were in this room and we were celebrating the One Southern Indiana Metro Manufacturers Alliance first attempt at National Manufacturing Day. I would venture to say it was a success. We had a lot of folks here in this room talking about manufacturing. We had 220 high school kids last year touring manufacturers around our area, and we decided that our first year success was so good, and I'm not taking any credit for it. I look at all of the teammates that we have, and it is great to work with a team of overachievers. It's amazing how much you get done. That was the first year success. This year we decided not only is Manufacturing Day important to us, we spread it out to 3 days. We were going to be overly ambitious. Yesterday there were manufacturing facilities open. They were receiving tours. Today we have a whole series of events you'll hear about, and there'll be several of our members will have their doors open for public tours tomorrow as well. So enjoy Manufacturing Day because we are trying to make a big hit out of it here. As with all One Southern Indiana activities, we could not be successful without not only the partners that we have, but also the sponsors that help us cover the cost for these type of events. And I'll bring up the title sponsor here in just a second, but we have several supporting sponsors, and many of them either have a booth displayed or another type of display here. Alpha Energy Solutions brought a NASCAR back here. If you didn't have a chance to see the NASCAR, I understand that they're not taking tours, but Chris, thanks for letting us show off the car. Cutter Construction is a supporting sponsor. Samtech Inc., Owings Patterns, Work One Southern Indiana, Ivy Tech Community College of Indiana, and Cornerstone Environmental Health and Safety Inc. So join me in giving a round of applause to our supporting sponsors. We also have a title sponsor for the Manufacturing Days events, including the media event in this evening's kickoff celebration, and that is Harding Szymanski & Company, PSC. Harding Szymanski is the founding sponsor of the Metro Manufacturers Alliance, and many of you would be expecting to see Scott Olinger come up and take the podium, but Scott had another issue that came up this morning, so we are very pleased to have John Reiteicher, who is a vice president with Harding Szymanski, come and give his remarks from our founding and title sponsor. John?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Wendy. As Wendy said, I'm John Reiteicher, a CPA with Harding Szymanski & Company, and I serve as a co-leader with Scott Olinger of our manufacturing industry team. As Wendy said, Scott had another commitment today, so he sends his regard to everyone. He also sent me some jokes to tell, but I left those back at the office. It's been so great to see the Metro Manufacturing Alliance grow from 4 members just a few short years ago to 75 members and counting today. I commend One Southern Indiana, as well as each member company in their efforts to establish and grow such a great organization for the manufacturing community. I'm also proud that Harding Szymanski has been able to contribute as the founding sponsor of the MMA and in other ways, such as the National Manufacturing Day. Just as growth in the MMA, we are also seeing great momentum with this year's second celebration of National Manufacturing Day here in this region. At last count, I heard there was 542 students participating this year, so that's over 100% increase from last year, so that's great. So thanks to all those who have opened their doors to show our current and future workforce the great things that are being accomplished in manufacturing in this area. Thanks again to everybody.
Thank you, John. We appreciate all that Harding Szymanski has done for us as well. Next, it's my privilege to turn it over to Bob Owings. Bob is president and founder of Owings Pattern Inc., and he's chairman of the One Southern Indiana Metro Manufacturers Alliance. Now, I think when Bob got involved with 1SI and as a member, he thought, well, I'm going to see what all this is about. Not only did we recruit him to chair the advisory council for the MMA, he serves on our board of directors. He now serves on the Indiana Jobs Council. And if you wanted somebody who can see the vision of tying all of these things together, from workforce, education, production, and assistance to manufacturers, I think Bob, we couldn't have had a better choice to serve in all those roles. And before I turn it over to you, I also want to say he's also a good friend. So Bob Owings, come on up.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you again. Again, I am Bob Owings with Owings Patterns in Sellersburg, Indiana, and serving as the chair of Metro Manufacturing Alliance. The Metro Manufacturing Alliance is a community of more than 70 local manufacturing companies that come together to develop plans and strategies for best practices and address issues affecting our industry. Currently, the MMA coordinates 10 focused roundtables per month, which focuses on specific issues to that peer group, from IT to safety environmental issues to finance, and yes, even human resource. For some time now, manufacturers have clearly identified that workforce development and the skills gap is our greatest concern. The Metro Manufacturing Alliance continues to identify existing resources as well as collaborate with those resources to develop specific programs at the request of the membership. Despite the impressive amount of training and education resources in this region, like Ivy Tech, Purdue, and IUS, the overall awareness of these programs and an alignment of the training remains a focus for progress in our community. Beyond the training resources, our most clearly identified challenge still remains the perception of manufacturing. Almost 3 out of 5 families are reluctant to encourage their children, or are personally, they have a negative perception of manufacturing due to job security, or just the general lack of career pathways in manufacturing. And that is why we are here today. It is clear that manufacturing needs a campaign to inform, enlighten, and invite the public to reassess the opportunities in manufacturing. Families who are familiar with the opportunities in manufacturing are twice as likely to encourage a career pathway in manufacturing. This campaign is not local, it is not regional, it is national. It is clearly defined and it is simple. We are to open our doors and allow you to see the opportunities in our industry. Currently, 6 out of 10 jobs are unfilled for skilled production positions. This deficit has affected growth. It has moved to a more critical status that how companies survive today. Career pathways in manufacturing require all levels of training and education. Manufacturers have always been at the ready to assist in training and clearly communicate the demand for professional development in all positions in manufacturing. I speak for many companies within the Metro Manufacturing Alliance today. It is important that we develop today and tomorrow's workforce with the simple invitation to come in and see what we're all about. Thank you again to Ivy Tech's Perkins Technology Center, Work One, and everyone who is participating today in the Manufacturing Day event.
Thank you. So, with all that you see out here today, there's a lot taking place around the community. But the best part, one of the brainstorms is a lot of the students who are participating are receiving a t-shirt. So not only are we extending the brand of National Manufacturing Day, we have all of our supporters listed on the back and the many, many community partners that are part of this. So all the kids that are out there wearing the t-shirts, we appreciate that who doesn't like a free t-shirt, right? We appreciate the sponsors for helping us get there as well. And I don't know if he's here, but Rick Barr from Big Frog printed these and turned these around in record time. So thank you to Rick wherever he is. Okay, moving along, I am pleased to introduce to you Dr. Rita Hudson Short. She is the Chancellor of Ivy Tech Community College of Indiana, and she's going to talk about the role of education in manufacturing. Dr. Shorts.
Well, good morning and welcome. It's truly our honor to be able to once again host Southern Indiana's Manufacturing Day events here at the Perkins Technology Center. We're also more than happy to showcase today the high-tech equipment and advanced programs that we are able to offer at this facility. We dedicated the Perkins Technology Center 3 years ago thanks to the generosity of Paul Perkins, the Perkins family, and Amatrol's generosity. Our goal is and has always been to provide academic programs and training here that supports the manufacturing industry in Southern Indiana. Our Division of Technology currently offers programs in advanced automation and robotics, HVAC, and industrial technology entirely here on this campus. On our main campus, we offer design and engineering technology, and online, we offer a manufacturing, production, and operations program. Each of these academic programs offers students the ability to obtain an Associate of Applied Science degree, and many also offer the technical certificates as well. In addition to these programs, we have the ability to offer customized training to meet the needs of our local employers. Lonnie Llewellyn, who is our Dean of Technology, is over here for the academic side, and then Mike Wolf represents Corporate College for our corporate training needs. These programs are all designed to prepare students and workers for the modern industrial environment. You will see as you tour this facility today that the equipment that these students are trained upon are the same state-of-the-art equipment pieces you will find manufacturers across the region using today. My vision for Ivy Tech Southern Indiana has always been to serve the community as a partner by providing academic programs and training that will support the needs of our region, and our technology programs are doing just that today. I am proud to report that this year our graduates were offered positions with employers throughout the region. GE, Say Gesser Engineering, Auto Truck Group, Tech Shot, Net Shape, Injection Molding, and Peterbilt are just a few of these. Graduates of technology-based programs are being paid a wage competitive to that of those in the healthcare industry, and we hope to communicate this message. The average wage for our technology division graduates last year was nearly $59,000. We will continue to support the manufacturing industry by providing the skilled workforce today's industry needs, and we look forward to growing these programs in the coming years. Again, thank you for choosing Perkins Technology Center for today's event, and we hope you take the time to tour our first-class facility before you leave today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very, very much. Ivy Tech is a fantastic partner in all of the things that we do with our organization. So thank you so much, Dr. Shorts. So John already spoiled the surprise. This year there are 542 students out touring companies, and I want to thank the school corporations. So because before the students can be ready to engage in the Ivy Tech classes, they have to have a good foundation of work, and that is work ethics and all of the things that it takes to be a good employee. I want to thank the school systems for participating. We have students from Grace Christian Academy in Scottsburg, Greater Clark County Schools, Ivy Tech Community College of Indiana, New Albany Floyd County Consolidated School Corporation, Prosser Career Education Center, Scott County School District 2, South Harrison Community School Corporation, and the West Clark Community Schools. Let's give them a round of applause. Think about transporting students and getting them on buses and taking them to their areas of interest and then getting them back on time and safe and without disrupting the academic calendar too much. That's a lot of work, and they've all jumped in to do that with us. Speaking on behalf of public education, it is my privilege to introduce to you Dr. Andrew Mellon. He is the superintendent of Greater Clark County Schools. He is a One Southern Indiana newly appointed One Southern Indiana board member. And if you're not motivated by school superintendents, usually you hold on to your seats because this guy will blow you away. Dr. Mellon?
Hey, what a pleasure to be here to represent my K through 12 colleagues. It's an honor to be here today. You know, I believe that the workforce and economic development starts with us at the K-12 level. So we can talk about economic development and workforce. It's important, it's vital. It really starts with the K-12 community, and we take that very seriously. In fact, our mission is to make sure that every student graduates accepted to a post-secondary opportunity. Just in Greater Clark, 98% of last year's graduates left us accepted to a post-secondary opportunity. So we take that very seriously. It's our job to help our community grow and develop. So it's an honor for me to be here today to be able to partner with One Southern Indiana and MMA, Ivy Tech. We've got great partnerships, over 160 formalized partnerships with businesses around our area. And it's just a tremendous benefit to our students, to our staff, and hopefully to our community. I'd like to recognize Dr. Steve Griffin, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education. We have a great team, couldn't be doing all these great things without him. Michael Denny, Career Pathways Coordinator. Cheryl Martin is here, who's the Career Center Director at Jeff High. We have teacher and students here from Jeff High School. You know, the 500 plus students involved in Manufacturing Day today, 243 of those are ours from Greater Clark, which shows the kind of commitment our people have to help advance career opportunities in the advanced manufacturing field. In fact, there'll be 380 different visits, so we have many of those students making multiple visits to different companies over this time frame. So we're committed, and it's part of my mission in life to help secure more collaborators from our K-12 environments. A lot of our schools are represented, and I hope we continue to do everything in our power to help grow that over time. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing, and we're proud to be a partner in this effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mellon. So why do we do all of this? Is it for the organization that I work for, or is it for the organizations you've already heard from? No, not really. We're doing this for the manufacturers. They're the ones that are out there hiring the workers, paying the capital, making the capital investment to create these opportunities and hopefully to make a profit, right? That's why people go into business. So I'd like to take a second and just name the companies that have agreed to participate in the 2015 Metro Manufacturing Day celebration for Manufacturing Day. Those companies are Amatrol Inc. out of Jeffersonville, American Fuji Seal Inc. from Jeffersonville, American Plastic Molding in Scottsburg, Beach Mold and Tool Inc. in New Albany, Simtech Inc. in New Albany, Silicron LLC, Jeffersonville, Diverse Woodworking LLC, Corydon, ERL Inc., New Albany, Key Electronics Inc., Jeffersonville, Cutter Woodworking Inc., Borden, Owings Pattern, Sellersburg, and S&J Precision Inc. in New Albany. Let's give them a round of applause, please. The media packets that you have will give you the schedule of tours. If you're available today and tomorrow, many of these companies are having public tours in addition to the student tours. So please stop by and visit if you have any interest, because I think you'll be quite amazed at what they have to offer. Metro Manufacturing Alliance came together to serve the metro area, and I don't think we could have a better poster child for that part of our mission than your next speaker, who is Michael Hesketh. Michael is president of Superb IPC, His company is located in on the south side of the river, but he is always at the ready when we need folks to step up and help us understand what the needs of manufacturers are. Michael, it's great to see you this morning. Come on up and talk a little bit about manufacturers in the region.
As Wendy said, I'm here on behalf of representing the 75 companies that are members of the MMA. We're delighted to be here. We're very excited about the growth and progress of this organization and the attention that it's getting. Representing the group, I can confidently say we are doing well. We're doing very well. Our biggest challenge continues to be filling the positions supporting our growth. And we've been working on this and talking about this for some time. What is a little bit different now is that we're acknowledging that these opportunities are real and that the folks that you're seeing in the room represent our future. We're very committed to working with the schools. We're delighted to have the support of the education community. We have positions, when folks think of manufacturing, oftentimes they think of machinists on our floor. Machinists on our floor do well. And those jobs are good jobs, good paying jobs. Median income, $60,000. We have industrial maintenance. We have entry-level positions, unskilled positions, folks that may not have a career path out of the gate, but they can come work with us and get on pathways that we've established that will progress, and we will provide the education and training in conjunction with the partners in the community to prepare them for the more advanced, higher-paying jobs that they're interested in. But when we if we look at the equipment, our companies have salesmen, customer service, buyers, engineers. We have bookkeeping and accountants, human resources. So we often think manufacturing when we think of machinists, but we have a whole lot more than that. And again, our companies are doing well. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of growth potential, and we're eager to work with our partners to train and develop that workforce. It is a group effort, and we're very pleased to say we've launched a pilot program where a group of manufacturers are working together with our education community to prepare these students for the future, to create these pathways and to get them ready for the jobs that we have. They can start at a variety of levels, be working a couple of days during the week and going to school and advancing to the point where they're prepared to really have a strong career going forward. We're pleased to be here. We thank you for your support, and we look forward to this next year. Thanks.
Thank you, Michael. And it's really no surprise that the passion that he brings to you this morning is the same type passion he brings to the Metro Manufacturers Advisory Council. Between Michael and Bob Owings and Scott Ollinger, and I see Mark Barter in the audience, this is a group that comes together and is really working and constructively trying to find ways to make manufacturing more profitable and increase its presence in the community, and they're doing a fantastic job. So my hats off to all of you. I would like to now turn it over to one of the other many partners that we've had in not only National Manufacturing Day, but in putting all things together with One Southern Indiana, and that is Ron McCulloch. Ron is the Executive Director of Region 10 Workforce Board and Work 1 Southern Indiana. He's going to talk a little bit about some of the resources that are available to help manufacturers. So Ron, come on up.
Good morning. It is an honor to be here and participate in this for a second year. And when I see the changes that have occurred here in this building from a year ago, it's quite impressive. And exceeding the goals of 500, quite impressive. Making it a 3-day event, quite impressive. So I think that will continue and it'll grow. I think the remarks that I have, by and large, layer on what's already been said and hopefully reinforce that. I was asked to speak to what's the most important thing to express regarding manufacturers' needs today and about partners and resources. So I'll try to mix that up and share that with you. On behalf of Work One and really a workforce development and talent development perspective, the most important thing is for employers to continue to demonstrate the active, ongoing cultivating of a skills pipeline in their companies and in the sector regionally. and to do this individually and to do it collectively using certain strategies for the short term and other strategies for the long term. It is critical for manufacturers, again, individually and collectively, to clearly communicate to the public that there are good paying jobs and careers at their companies and in advanced manufacturing, and that those jobs are for those who have the right education, the right training, and the right work ethic. Now, what's a bottom line look at good paying jobs as that's expressed in manufacturing? The average overall wage for an individual in the metro area is a little over $44,000 a year. The average wage in manufacturing is over $57,000 a year. That says volumes right there. Now, what's being done locally? You have manufacturers and partner organizations that are working together to define and publish career pathways for all aspects of the manufacturing sector. Secondly, you have in the metro area a growth of training programs. Some examples include the Manufacturing Skills Standards Council, Certified Production Technician, and that is a mouthful, the CPT training to a nationally recognized credential. In the past 2 years in the metro area, 225 people have become graduates, and I'd say conservatively, the job placement and retention rate for those folks into area manufacturing businesses is around 80%. So it's a very good outcome. You've also got training programs that are growing for the middle skill and advanced skill levels at Ivy Tech, JCTC, and other institutions. One example to share with you that is really hot off the press in terms of additional resources is that Indiana is part of a multi-state effort, and this grant proposal to the feds was written by colleagues of ours in Indiana, and that is for at least a 3-year program to grow industrial manufacturing technology apprenticeships. Again, that's a mouthful. I don't have a lot of information on that other than to say the grant's been awarded, this area is included, and it should draw value for the manufacturing sector. And you've got the growth of on-the-job training and earn and learn programs, such as Kentucky Fame. That's the one that gets the most marquee attention. But with all this progress, there's still traction that's needed in southern Indiana in certain critical ways. One is, we urge area manufacturers to continue to learn about these trainings and industry-recognized credentials. 2, to become actively informed of them. And 3, to recognize these credentials by making them a preference part of their job postings and through other kinds of promotions and announcements. The more that this is done, the more interested job seekers will be in the related trainings, the jobs, and the careers. So you, company by company and company with company, working together like MMA, begin to drive the growth of the skills pipeline you need. The net effect, more people in training, successfully completing the training, and gaining one valued credential or another because it's valued by you, the manufacturers. And while even the best training may not cover every skills need that your particular company has, an applicant who has demonstrated motivation, job readiness, and competence in today's manufacturing operations and processes is a more qualified applicant, and one who is measurably more motivated, more skilled, and more likely to be retained and grow with your company. The last thing to say is, in terms of doing this kind of skills pipeline cultivation, it's not just talk. These things are happening in other areas of Indiana, they're happening in our neighboring state of Kentucky, and they're evidence-based and they're proven. So the more that we are able to emulate that and exceed what others have done for our regional benefit and for this sector, the better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ron. So we have now concluded one of the many National Manufacturing Day events that are taking place. In fact, across the country, as of the website this morning, 2,170 events are taking place to celebrate National Manufacturing Day. So thank you all very much for being part of just one of these many, many events. I want to also give thanks again to our title sponsor for Manufacturing Day, and that would be Harding Szymanski and Company. Thank you so much. And the many supporting sponsors that we have: Alpha Energy Solutions, Cutter Construction, Samtech, Owings Patterns, Work One Southern Indiana, Ivy Tech Community College of Indiana, and Cornerstone Environmental Health and Safety, Inc. Join me in giving them all a round of applause. And I mentioned our team of overachievers. I'd be crazy if I didn't give thanks where it really belongs. I'd like to thank Kathleen Crowley from One Southern Indiana and Leslie Etherly from Harding Szymanski. They are the ringleaders that pull us all together and make all of this happen. So special thanks to both of you fabulous ladies. With that, we have some time if there are questions, and I think most of the speakers are still here. So if you have a question, you can address it to the whole group, or if you want to pick on one in particular, you're welcome to do that as well. Do we have any questions? Okay, well, I think many of us can stick around if there are individual conversations, but please take a look at the schedule of events for today and tomorrow and get out and enjoy the celebration of manufacturing. Thank you so very much.
How are you?